Korea have joined the tide. Washington claims that Pyongyang is supplying Moscow with artillery shells. The operation seems to be a covert one. North Korea is making it look like the consignment is going to West Asia or Northern Africa, but in reality, a huge number of artillery shells are landing up in Russia's arsenal. The country's military is using them against Ukraine. WION is not in a position to verify these claims at the moment. The US is looking towards the UN to hold North Korea accountable. The National Security Department is going to choose the same strategy it used for Iran. Back in September, Washington imposed sanctions on an Iranian company for sending drones to Russia. Similar sanctions could follow in North Korea. Companies and people involved in the shipment could be targeted.
Just as we're using every tool and will use every tool to counter what the Iranian provision of weapons to Russia, we will do the same when it comes to the DPRK's provisions of weapons to Russia. There are existing sanctions on the books. We will look at additional tools and authorities that we may be able to call upon to counter this activity.
These sanctions will be on top of the crippling restrictions already imposed on Pyongyang. If that all may have any impact on the country is unclear. Plus, being a Roman kingdom, not much is known about what happens inside. This past month, Jong-un had said that he had never supplied weapons or ammunition to Russia. He further said that there are no plans to reverse the policy. In a press statement, Pyongyang warned the US to keep its mouth shut and stop circulating rumors aimed at tarnishing the country's image. We are now available to your country.
Good morning, Robin. North Korea. Escalating tensions with North Korea, which fired off another round of missile tests overnight, triggering evacuation warnings in Japan. This a day after launching a record barrage of missiles, some of those directed towards South Korea. Our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, has more for us. Good morning, Martha. Good morning, Robin. North Korea has fired an unprecedented number of missiles in such a short period of time, nearly 24 in one day, topped off overnight by the launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile aimed in the direction of Japan. That missile caused emergency alarms to blare in northern Japan and cell phone alerts urging residents to seek shelter. The initial fear was that the missile would cross over Japan just like one launched last month, but the data later showed the missile and two shorter-range missiles that followed had instead fallen into the Sea of Japan. Tensions are extremely high. North Korea says these launches are in response to military exercises by the U.S. and South Korea, which involve thousands of military personnel. This also comes as the U.S. is racing for a North Korean nuclear test. The North has not tested a nuclear weapon since 2017, but U.S. officials now believe that could happen anytime, despite constant warnings to stand down. Michael?
All right, thank you so much, Martha.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you don't...
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and the men on down regarding this truth and knowledge. For Wadi Bashem Yeshua put in the spirit of the elders and apostles and the men on down regarding this truth and knowledge, so we can learn this truth and knowledge. Call holy El Yahya Bashem Yoshua, Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise Yahweh, Bashem Yoshua, Bashem Rakakadash. It's talking about North Korea launching missiles again. A few were going towards South Korea. They had Operation Vigilant Storm, which relates to the United States and South Korea doing mock drills, pretty much to be on high alert because of the missiles that have been the tensions between regarding missiles being shot pretty much in their territorial areas, because the missiles been dropping in their in the sea, in the waters relating to on their side, on the south South Korean side, man. Because you have the demilitarized zone, which is the separation between the North and South Korea. You know, that's their border, pretty much, man. So they were doing, that was a video relating to that. Now, recently, missiles have been shot out of Japan, which is raising alarms with Japan. And one report, or two reports, the Reuters and the New York Times, talking about 23 missiles. 23 missiles. Let me see if I get it. North Korea launches like 23 missiles, trigger an air raid alarm in South Korea, man. That's the New York Times and also Reuters report. So North Korea missiles launches puts neighbors on edge. South Korea and Japan. It was about a month ago, 2 months ago, missiles just flying over Japan like it was, you know, like a regular commercial airline. So you're seeing all these things happen. We'll get some scriptures. This is relating to a vigilant operation, vigilant storm. Vigilant storm was underway in South Korea. Pretty much a mock drill operations between U.S. and South Korea, you know, pretty much being on heightened alert, just like I said. Conducted of U.S. Air Force, ROK, Air Force, etc. The ROK will be a Republic of Korea. Different, on-ground drills and stuff like that. All right, let's get some scriptures real quick. Ecclesiastes 3:8. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. So it's a time of hate, division, strife, contention, and the time of war. That's the times we're in. All right. Matthew 10:34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. So the Lord's not sending peace on earth, man. Think not I come to send peace, but a sword. So that spirit of the sword, the spirit of division, the spirit of judgment is being sent forth, man. Think not that I come to send peace. I say neighbor rather division. So you see the division, you know, protests and different things. Division between these mighty kingdoms and nations, man, such as North Korea, South Korea, North Korea, U.S., North Korea, Japan, Iran, Israel, China, U.S., Taiwan. So you see in these nations, the division of these nations, man, the uproar of these nations, man. Think not I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but the sword. I think Scripture talks about that would have be if it already be kindled, man. So that fire is being set. The physical, actual fires, and that fire, that spiritual fire relating to judgment, the sword, and judgment is being set forth by Yahweh Shemishah. The Lord is beginning to visit the earth which He has made, man. So the Lord is beginning to visit the earth which He's made, using, sending different things, calamities, different types of forms of judgment, and the sword upon the people, division upon the people, commotion, division upon the people. So he's sending these different things upon the people, man. Go to Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war, man. So the Lord has that spirit of war, man. The Lord Yahweh is his name, man. Exodus 15:3. Psalms 28:4. Give them according to their deeds, their works, and according to their wickedness of their endeavors. What's their endeavors, man? Scripture talks about Proverbs 24:2, man. Their heart, which is their mind, study of destruction, and their lips speak of mischief, man. That's the wicked, man. We'll get that scripture. So their endeavors are to do wickedness, to fulfill wickedness, and to fulfill their desires, which goes to the endeavors of doing according to that, man. And give them after the work of their hands, and render to them their desert. So give them according to their works that they have done, man. And that's the wicked, man. Let's get Matthew 24. Before I get that scripture, I'm going to get Proverbs since I quoted it. 24:2. For their heart, which is their mind, study of destruction, man. They have counsel in secret. The scripture says they make a diligent search. So they study different things, research different things, so ultimately they can implement certain things, man. For their heart, which is their mind, study of destruction, and their lips talk of mischief, which is deceit, man. Leasing is a word. Falsehood, lies, man. Deception is their weapon, man. Let me go to 24:8. Let me go down. It's another scripture. He that deviseth to do evil is called a mischievous man. Mischievous is pretty much ones who are up to no good, man. And that's the wicked, man. So sending missiles and doing different things that can affect the overall. You know, that's the wicked, man. Let's look up that word mischievous. That word mischievous.
Mischievous.
Shalak, mischievous. A person, let me say, of an action or thing causing or intent to cause harm or trouble, man. So that's the purpose of the wicked, the wicked, man. Their intention is to harm, stir up trouble, cause harm, even to destroy. So that's mischievous, man. A mischievous person, man. Go back to Matthew 24:6, man. Let's get that. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. That's what you're hearing. We're hearing of wars and rumors of wars, and we actually seeing the wars, man. We seeing nations do certain things against other nations, being imminent threat to other nations, man. Such as, for example, sending missiles over to various countries to show, form of strategical intimidation to those other nations, man. Showing their proudness, showing their proudness of power, man, relating to that being capable as far as a militarily aspect, man. In the military aspect. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. So be not troubled, be not dismayed. For all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. So the end is not yet. So all these things are part of what has to happen, man. So you're going to hear wars and rumors of wars. You're seeing the tensions of these nations regarding the division between these nations, man. For nation shall rise against nation, and the kingdom against kingdom. So you're seeing the nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. Famines goes to shortages, pre-shortages, limited supplies, dearth, scarcity. Pestilence goes to plague, and earthquakes in diverse places. These are the beginnings of sorrows, man. All these are beginnings of sorrows. Proverbs 21 and 15. It is your joy to the just to do judgment, which is the righteous, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. So that's ultimately what's going to happen to the wicked, destruction, when that time comes, as the Lord sees fit. Let's continue on. Luke 21 and 11. And a great earthquake shall be in different places. Earthquakes all over the world, every day, somewhere. I believe it was on the West Coast. They're looking out for tsunami warnings relating to earthquake that was not too recently. So tsunami warnings relating to regarding earthquakes. So you see earthquakes all over the world. Famines, shortages, limited supplies. Also, pestilence, which are plagues, different types of plagues. You seeing that. Fearful sights and great signs. Fearful sight, for example, seeing missiles fly over various countries. That's a fearful sight. And great signs shall there be from the heaven. So the Lord is sending those signs are part of the judgment, part of the sword, part of the division, part of the things that the Lord is sending forth. I believe is a lunar moon supposed to happen. This recent, I believe sometime this month. I believe maybe next week. I don't know the exact date, but I believe it's this month. So that's another warning, man. The blood moons and different forms of signs, man, before the coming of Yahushua. The Lord's Son, man. So all these calamities. There's 2 Ezra 8:50. In the latter times, there shall be great misery shall be in the latter times because they walk greatly in pride, man. For many great misery shall happen in the latter times because they walk great in pride, man. So miseries, calamities. You're seeing different things. You're seeing different strange things, phenomenal happening. Things that can't be explained, man. Chariot sightings, for example, man. You're seeing that, man. Which they would call UFOs, unidentified flying object, and identifying flying phenomenons. You know what I mean? Chariots. You know what I mean? Those little dots they called. So you've been seeing a lot of them, man. Go to Zechariah 5:3. That's the curse that's going to cover the face of the earth, man. Curse of what? Relating to executing judgment, man. That's part of that, man. So you're seeing the fearful sights and the great signs shall there be from the heavens. So these are the things that the Lord is sending, man. Wars, hearing of wars, these nations, dividing of these nations, sending, building, putting the spirit of war upon the pre-war upon these nations, man. Go to because in one report, North Korea has been launching missiles like it's going out of style, man. You know what I mean? They've been sending missiles over there like it's nothing, man. Let me get 2nd Esdras. 16 and 18. Shalak. The beginnings of sorrow. Sorrows goes to mourning, lamenting. Great mourning. Beginnings of famine. You're seeing that. Great death. You're seeing a lot of that. You see an execution of death. The Lord is known by what? The judgment he executes, man. 9:16. The Lord is angry at the wicked. Psalm 7 and 11. Psalm 9 and 16. Psalm 7 and 11. In the beginning of wars, man. The nations, the tension of these nations, man. Hearing the wars, rumors of wars, seeing actual wars happen. Ukraine, Russia, going on since February. Pretty much the whole year, man. So you're seeing that. You're seeing these are the things that scriptures say that was going to happen, man. But these are the things. Be not troubled, be not dismayed. For these are the things that must come to pass, as scripture said. Because the end is not yet. Because a lot more has to come to prophecy. Jacob's trouble, a specific verse, specific relating to Revelations 13. That's a major prophecy. Relating to a grain of smaller than a grain of sand, NFC, NFC, which is the near field communication, and I believe is another name, something with intrusive detection system or device. So there's other names for it, and of course, by what is called, you know what I mean? Because it is an intrusive device, man. Detection is something that's intrusive. Let's look up that word real quick. I believe it's detection, intrusive detection system or device. Let's go to that word. There we go. Shalak. Causing a disruption or annoyance through being unwelcome, uninvited. So that specific grain, I don't mean to go out of topic a little bit, but that specific grain is going to be very unwelcome, very uninvited. So it's going to cause a disruption. It's going to cause an annoyance, man, to put it mildly, man. So it's something that's not welcome or really wanted, man. I believe it's something like the NSID or something like that, and you got the near field communications. So I've seen that somewhere in the report. So that's other names for, of course, what it is. The MOB, you know what that is, and different other names. So causing a disruption or annoyance through being unwelcome and uninvited. Just like someone who's not that comes on a premise unauthorized. There'll be another one. Unauthorized personnel in the area that they shouldn't be in. Same thing with that. That's a good example. All right, go back to let's go back to where I was at. So that's a major prophecy. You know what I mean? World War III, Revelations 11 and 14, 9 and 2, the first and second woe thereafter the third, paraphrasing, that's 9 and 12 of Revelations, 11 and 14, the second woe has passed and the third woe cometh quickly, man. So woe means for destruction, man. That's what that's speaking. So that's two scriptures relating to WW2, 1, 2, and 3, man. 3 is the future, man. 1 and 2 are the past. I'll read it again, 6 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So we in the beginning of evils. Evils is perilous, dangerous, bad times, man. So we in those stages. We in 2nd Address 15, we in 2nd Address 16, man. Oh yeah, 2nd Address in 9. This will be it. I want to read from the GNT, read from a different version. And he answered, consider all the things very carefully. When you see that come the sign, so pretty much measure thy time diligently in itself, man. How you measure it. Correlating what's going on in society using the scriptures as that measuring tool, man. I told you at, let me read it again. And he answered, consider all the things very carefully when you see some of the signs I have told you about have appeared. So these things, they were spoken that they're going to come and manifest in a time that a generation is going to experience these things. And you will know that the times, and you will know that the time has come when God, Yahweh Bashem Yashah, the Most High, will bring judgment on the world He has created. So the Lord will begin to visit the world which He has made, man, and created, man. So that's what He's doing. He's sending different types of forms of judgment, man, on the earth, man, for His coming, man. Number 3, and there will be earthquakes, national rebellion. You see in that Haiti, they were rebelling, destroying things. There was rebellion, protests, violent uprising, insurrections in various countries all over the world. Iran, Haiti. They killed or exterminated. I believe his name was Jean Baptiste, man. Shot that individual in the head, man. And they were burning and destroying things in Haiti. So that's the tensions we are. That's the dynamic that we're seeing in this society, man. Because it's not happening here in America, it's happening in these other countries, though. But the worst is going to happen here when that time comes, man. I'm going to read it again. And there will be earthquakes and national rebellions, protests, mutiny, insurrection, violent uprisings, sedition, international intrigues, man, plotting, scheming among these nations, these people, person, place, and things. I'll look up that word for you. the unstable leaders. You see the unstable leaders leaving office, leaving without no relief. I believe in Lebanon they ain't have no relief, so they're leaving. So the instability of these leaders, the confused rulers. You have a lot of confused rulers, man. Confused rulers and unstable rulers and leaders. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what God, the Most High, has spoken about since the beginning of creation. So these things were going to happen, man. These are parts of the signs that are going to happen. Instability, a person, place, and thing, leaders, rulers, instability, period, of the dynamic in this society, man. You're seeing that, man, the manifestation of it. Things that were spoken. Go to Jeremiah 28. The prophet spoke in great kingdoms, war, evils, and pestilence. That's Jeremiah 28:8. So that's the things we're seeing, man. Number 5, the beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world is clear. So everything's beginning clear, manifest, and be made known, man. You're seeing relating to the end. We are in those end times. The same is true in the world above. The wonders, miracles show the beginning of events. So you see the miracles, the events, the phenomena, forms of events. The wave, man. As one of the men in the truth said, the wave. You see in different waves, different levels of things happening. Wave of events happening, man. From 1, 2, 3, etc., man. And each wave is going to get higher and higher, stronger and stronger, man. Let me read 6 again. The same is true in the world. The wonders and miracles showing the beginning of events, and mighty signs show when they end, man. So you're seeing that, man. You're seeing the precursors of that, man. And this is just the beginning, man. It's really nothing has really got started on that level, man. But these are the beginnings, man. That was GNT, which is Good News Translation. Let me look up a word, intrigue. That's the one I want to look up. It said international intrigue. The secret planning of something illicit or detrimental, man. So planning, plotting, scheming, conspiracy, collusion. You seeing that with various levels, man. Making secret plans to do something illicit or detrimental to someone, man. Basically for their own interest, but not for the interests of others, man. This was a few scriptures. I hope this helps in some way. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash, the Zayab Wolf. I hope it helps. Shalom.